Here is a recording of a GMP audit. So first off, we're going to go into Forms, and here we are going to add a new form, and we're going to select from the list GMP audit. These can also be scheduled through the tasks feature. I'm just going to open up this form so we can go straight to it. And with this particular audit, which is carried out on the desktop, we'll look at a mobile one later. We can see we've got three sections. We've got the audit, we have actions, and we have sign off. So first off, we want to capture the details of the auditor name and the date and what shift. And again, these details can be customized. People who are in the audit as participants, we're going to put their names here and whether they're present at the open, audit, and close. And you can add multiple people here. Further down from here, we have the Gmp Scoring System, which is based on the BRC best practice. So we are going to be able to raise non-conformances during the audit with critical, major, minor, or none in terms of their grade. And each one of these raised will deduct 10 points, 5 points, 2 points, or 0 points respectively. We also get a summary of the number of findings from the audit here and the percentage deduction. Underneath this, we have the scoring system, all of which is configurable, so we can set the audit to be read at if the score is less than 18%, or if it's between 81 to 90%, or green for greater than 90%. So I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so we can see these buttons. So further down from this, we have the list of questions over here. These are the list of questions which have been sent through. For the purposes of this demo, we've just added an extra column here for temperature. But in reality, what we'd probably do is have a separate table for temperature in the audit. So we would have the values for that temperature captured only in that table. However, for this one, we can run through the questions and tap on the NCR status. So is it clean? So maybe it's not clean. We can take a picture, and here I'm just going to use a random picture from my system, but this would take a picture on the camera, as we'll see later with the mobile audit, and these pictures will be added to the audit report. So here we can specify what the temperature ranges are for the fridges and freezers and so on, and I'm just going to put some information in here, and then we may go down the rest of this and again upload any pictures. So maybe we've got a minor here and we're going to upload a picture of the changing area, etc. Again, I'm just going to pick up a kind of random picture here for the purposes of the demonstration. Observations can be entered, and you can raise corrective action straight here, which will also log whatever the picture is as a corrective action. So in this case, I'm going to raise a corrective action, which will pick a particular workflow, and that will assign tasks. So we're just setting the audit source and due date, and then in here we can pick from a list of areas within the factory or production lines, etc., to log that corrective action against. And you can see we've now got the view action, but also we can see there's one action against this particular audit. So what we can also do is we can add any observational issues, give them a number, enter the finding details. For example, the procedure for clean down was not followed properly. At every stage, by the way, here, every time we add a status at the top of the screen in the scoring system, you'll see it is actually deducting scores as we go. So we've had one major finding, and we've had 2 minor findings, and we have down here the percentage audit score there, and we've got 84 findings with no NCR. So currently our score is 91, which falls into the green range, and we can see it's green here. However, if I went to a major here, you can see this goes to amber, and if I went to critical, for a couple of these, you'll see it goes to red, the number of findings and score being updated. So let's scroll to the bottom and we will go ahead and update. Again, you can raise actions straight from here, and you can also take pictures for adding any observational non-conformances. But for now, I'm going to just approve this. And we'll move through to the next section, which is going to be the actions summary section. So any and all actions that are raised during the GMP audit will be raised here, and you can choose whether you want to have a response going into this before the audit is closed off, or you can choose to say it's not compliant at the time of close off of the audit and deal with the action later. Again, further notes might be made in here, and once we're done we can approve the section and move through to the sign off. And here we can carry out our sign off, which includes the option to have a digital signature for the GMP audit. We're going to click sign and click I agree to the use of digital signature. So there's a unique time and date stamp and a unique code that goes with each digital signature, and an audit trail is kept of those. So we just complete the rest of the sign off. This is the other way that we can do sign off. So we wouldn't necessarily have digital signature and this, maybe one or the other, but just for purposes of demonstration, I want to show you that. So finally, we're going to do the submit for approval and click sign. This will now create the audit report, which will take about 40 seconds or so, which will then give you a hard copy of the audit, which can be shared with colleagues, shared with customers, reviewed at audit time with your auditors, and any other purposes. At the same time, the data which has been gathered during the audit will be available for dashboard reporting and trending and so on, so you can see which areas of the scope of audit are performing well and which ones are not. So down here you can see all the details that we entered into the audit, including the scoring, are all there, along with the details, pictures, etc. So it's a very efficient, fast and efficient and convenient way to carry out a GMP audit and minimize the amount of report writing and double keying of information into Excel spreadsheets and so on. Okay, that wraps up this demonstration of the GMP audit in the web browser desktop software.